But as she mentioned, my name is Emily Ferris. I work at University of North Alabama. And just to continue, with the previous presentation, I wanted to talk a little bit more specifically about some of these components that you might be asked to include in your application. So to begin, I wanted to start with, a CV versus a resume for your graduate application specifically. So even though a lot of times these documents may be seen as interchangeable, they actually have different purposes. They're for different audiences and will have a different format. And so I have a little comparison here for you. This is actually from Cornell University's website of how they would distinguish those. And they have some great resources on their website of examples of these documents, for example. But a CV is generally considered a lengthier document that goes in depth of your academic background, teaching, awards, presentation. So you may use this whenever you're applying for, an academic or a research position, or a lot of times it's used in international context as well. Again, if you can see like the bullet point list to make it a little simpler, a CV is a comprehensive statement that emphasizes your professional qualifications, your education, experience, accomplishments, activities, any other special qualifications that you would bring for this specific position. On the other hand, a resume is a little bit different. It's generally a little bit shorter, 1 to 2 pages is sufficient for a resume. And it's really something that in the US is used for employment opportunities. And so generally employers will just scan a resume, spend just a couple minutes looking at it. It's kind of a highlight of your experience. So in the bullet points there, you see, do not exceed 2 pages. 2 pages should be sufficient at this point in your career. Emphasize your skills and accomplishments aside from your experience. If you speak another language, if you have, any specific accomplishments or awards that you've gotten in your field. List relevant presentations, publications, and papers that you have, but you don't have to be all of them. This is not as comprehensive as a CV. And something I recommend for both of these actually is to have someone else proofread it, because a lot of times we spend, our own time looking over these documents again and again, and we can miss little mistakes or miss something that we didn't even realize. And so having somebody else proofread that can be very helpful and sometimes, help you very quickly. So that's a quick overview of, CV and resumes.